feed in there, and it should start itself. And we'll push to LinkedIn, Facebook, and Periscope.
Awesome.
We're good.
Cool. I'm getting the green everywhere. Hello, everybody. We will be starting in about 4 minutes. You've got a timer right up there.
Yay. Jack, I wish you had more than one dad joke lined up so we could be entertaining anyone listening early.
Starting in about 4 minutes. You've got a timer right up there.
Yeah. Yay. Jack, I wish you had more than one dad
I think somebody's got their audio piping back through.
Starting in about 4 minutes. You've got a timer right up there.
Yeah, that's me there. Good thing we had a timer. At least now we know exactly how long the delay is.
Okay, so I opened up the dad joke app on my phone, and we're just going to pass the time with a couple of these because they're golden. So here we go. Number one. I can't believe I got arrested for impersonating a politician. I was just sitting around doing nothing.
That one's actually pretty good.
And just be on your toes. We'll have a little video that starts at about, I don't know, 1 minute, a little before 1 minute in.
Right. 3 years ago, my doctor told me I was going deaf. I haven't heard from him since.
Oh boy.
I literally don't know why, but they never get old to me.
Me neither.
I asked Facebook here if anyone had any dad jokes to help us stall, but no one has helped us at all.
Here's a good one. My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home.
I saw a meme the other day that said, it was like, me, this show is so boring. Boss, again, this is a Zoom call.
My neighbor rang on my doorbell at 3 a.m. Can you believe it? Luckily, I was still up playing the drums.
Oh Lord, who are these neighbors? Disturbing a jam sesh.
Exactly. The nerve. All right, we are live. All right, let me grab the appropriate screen. And I like that. Okay, we're up, I believe. Can anybody give me a confirmation that the correct screen is
Yep.
up?
Seeing the dashboard looks great.
Excellent. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. I'm going to do a demo of Infusionsoft, and not a full-on piece by piece going through it, but really what I want to talk about is managing your business, saving time, being able to manage your business processes, and of course, automate. Automation is great. It's going to save you time. It's going to make you more money and make you a much happier person, because automation, as we know, does everything perfect every single time. I mean, it's, like robotics, right? The other thing is I have a 3-screen setup that I'm looking at, and my camera is on that one right there. So you'll see me doing this back and forth, and I apologize for that, but I don't have a fix for it because, like you, we are all working from home. So normally we would be doing this from the studio, and we are doing it from home. So it's kind of a pieced together thing that we're all doing, and taking social distancing seriously by many, many miles. And we're going to attack this just like this. So to get started, I don't know if you were heard, but we like the dad jokes. And so before we get started, I'm going to share with you a fantastic dad joke. Okay, here we go. So they should really stock ATMs better. I went to 5 different ones today, and they all said insufficient funds. Okay. All right. I thought it was funny.
We're all just muted laughing. It's fine. We're all muted laughing.
Excellent. And I laugh at dad jokes. So, hey, there we are. Okay. So let's start here. What we're looking at is Infusionsoft, and it's got a little bit of a facelift in the last little bit. And it is looking modern and handsome and dashing. And we're looking at the dashboard. And I'm going to start here because this is where it all really begins for managing your business. The heart and soul of Infusionsoft is contact relationship management, right? Managing your contacts, all of your contacts, and all of your interactions with your contacts. And then it kind of spreads out from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a contact, and I will grab my own. And I'm doing a search for a contact based on first name, last name, email address, phone number, any piece of data like that I know if I'm looking for somebody specific. Now, if I'm not looking for somebody specific, I can go into my contact area, and then I can search by commonality. And that commonality would be anything in a contact record, including your custom fields, so standard fields, custom fields, phone number, address, like prefix on phone numbers, really anything, including tags or, little tags that you put on contacts to tell you who they are, or to put them on lists or segmentations inside your database. But we are just dealing with one contact. I just pulled up me, and this is customizable. I have a whole bunch of fields, and I can decide what I want to see in this view. And I've got my name and the company that I come from. And inside Infusionsoft, it is our more advanced user interface. And so we have contact records, and I can attach contact records to company records. And I also have opportunity records. So if I want to attach Jack to a deal that I'm working on with Jack, and I want to attach that deal to the company that Jack works to, then I can connect all of those records together. And it gives me the ability to collect and keep a lot of data, and keep track of a lot of information depending on how my business works or how my sales relationships work. Across this, I'm keeping my notes, my call notes, tasks and appointments, and my email history with this contact, and my orders and quotes. And I can send orders and quotes and set up subscription or recurring billing. All of these things from the contact record. Here's all the tags that are applied to Jack. So these are all the lists that Jack belongs to, or ways that I can search for Jack. Internal forms.
Hey, Jack, do you mind just zooming in just a little bit on there for us?
Oh yeah, hold on a second. Let me jump out of there and is that better?
Perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. And let's go back to, there we go. All right, there's perfect. Hopefully, let me move some stuff out of the way. Okay, cool. So we were at internal forums or the ability to create forums to add information to your contacts. Any automation that Jack is running through. So we can see Jack is in a couple of campaigns. He's active. There's his history, things he has coming up, lots and lots of information on Jack, because it's not just that we're keeping track of Jack, we're keeping track of all of our interactions with Jack and our relationship with Jack. A lot of businesses that are moving into a CRM tool like Infusionsoft or our other user interfaces like Keap Grow or Keap Pro are coming from using other tools, things like spreadsheets or the contact section of your Gmail or your Outlook. And all those things are great, but they start falling short when you're keeping track of your relationship, right? That email history, your call notes, the emails you've sent, the calls you've sent, the tasks you've made, all of that stuff together in one place can really help you manage your business. All right, so I'm gonna jump out of the contact record. I'm gonna go back to my dash because I like to kind of kick off from the dash, and I wanna look at the My Day. And here we go. Now the My Day is the place to run your business. It really is, because it's going to help you in one place. It's keeping track of your appointments, your tasks, and follow-ups with your opportunities or the potential deals that you're working on. We refer to those as opportunities. So you may have a contact record like Jack, but you may be working on a deal with Jack, or depending on how your business works, you may be working on a number of different deals with Jack. If you're doing like B2B and Jack is the guy that that is your contact at that company. And all of this is here. I click on this, it shows me the contact, it tells me about this task, and then I can execute on this task and mark it as complete. Same thing with my appointments. I'll see my appointments here and they'll be listed due today, due tomorrow, and I can manage this. So when I have this appointment with Jack, I can easily open up the notes section and I can add notes to the contact record and update the contact, maybe make another task for follow-up or another appointment, or send Jack an email if I need to send him an email. I have a calendar section, and this will sync with your Gmail or your Outlook calendar and show you what's going on your calendar. And I don't have a whole lot on this calendar because it is a demo account, but all of the information about everything that I've got, I just click on it and it will show me what that appointment or what that task is. And I can go day view or week view or month view. And then I have a task dash. This also, and I know I didn't mention this, but I can also pull up data for all of the users in my system. So if it's just you, it's going to pull up you. But if it's you and you have some salespeople or some admin people and you want to be able to see their calendars or their appointments, or maybe you're making appointments for other people to fulfill on or creating tasks for other employees to fulfill on, you can do that here by either clicking there on the person, or you can literally see everybody. All right, so I'm going to jump back out of the My Day. Now the My Day, again, is great for managing that day-to-day stuff. So a lot of times we start our day and we're like going through the sticky notes, we're like, hey, what am I going to do today? Where's that sticky note I've got, right? Because I have sticky notes. This is the place that is going to eliminate the necessity for your sticky notes. You come in, you open up My Day, and it has all of your information, everything that you're going to do right there at your fingertips. Okay, now back to the dashboard, because this is where I like to kick off. And the next part, so we talked about contact records, we talked about task management, which is really important, and appointment management, which is really important. Now we want to talk about a sales pipeline, or a place to keep track of all of your deals throughout your sales process, which is super important. I have an example here. These are my sales stages, right? Going from having a brand new opportunity or a new deal that I'm working on. I can put it in a working stage. I have some in my quote stage. So when I send a quote, I put them in this stage. When I when they accept the quote, they go into the next stage. When I send them a contract, when they sign the contract, right? So these are my examples of stages, and yours are completely different. And so you can customize your stages, and then you can keep track of your deals as they move through these stages. And so I can click on, here we'll go, click on the 2 in working, and it will pull up these 2 deals in this stage. And this one with generic enterprises, and I'm working with Brian, and here's that information. And when I'm ready to move that, I click here and I can move that into the next stage. So I sent him a quote, and actually if I was going to send him a quote, I would come right here and I would click add a quote, and literally I can build that quote and send that quote out. There we go. I can search my products. I've got a product list. Really, really handy. And I can do it all from one place. All right. Now, I'm going to go back again. And so those are, I've covered like 3 of those, like the main pillars for organize your business. Being able to keep track of all of your contacts and your history, what you're doing with those contacts, your relationship, being able to track appointments and tasks, and having a place to manage all of your appointments and tasks in one place. That is, of course, tied to all of your records, all those contact records, all those appointment records, all of those company records. And then a sales pipeline, and being able to track your deals through the sales pipeline so that you have visibility, because we're trying to keep things from falling through the cracks. That's why the pipeline is super important. Okay, so the next piece is going to be my marketing. Now, we have a email broadcasting tool, which works very similar to other tools out there, like a MailChimp or Constant Contact, or like an Aweber. Like there's just so many of these out there. We have one built in. Now, this is going to do 2 things. Number one, it's built in, so it's automatically going to pull from your contact list. So you can choose who gets the email when you build it. And that's going to simplify things a lot if you're using other tools. So sometimes if you're using a disconnected tool from your CRM, then you're having to import contacts and then send them an email. And then it's tough to rectify the results of that email broadcast back to your contact record to know who got the email, who opened it, who clicked, right? You're able to keep track of all of that because it's built in as part of your contact relationship management tool, and it's going to help reduce your tech stack. And when we refer to tech stack, it's just a really great way of saying all of the applications you use to run your business. And so if you're using a CRM and a email marketing tool, then we can reduce your spend on your tech stack because we have them both in one place. And I don't know if you see it, that like the pinching, there we go. Perfect. Now, this is the thing that I want to touch on really quick. Actually, not really quick. We'll probably spend the rest of our time here. And this is my campaign builder. And the campaign builder is golden because it is automation. It is the ability to automate my processes so that I don't have to do everything all the time. When we talk about automation, I cover a lot of automation all the time. Here we go. Here's an example. I'm going to jump in here. We want to automate your repetitive processes. So if you think about your business and what happens every time you get a brand new lead, you take that lead through a process, like a repeating process, all the way from the point where they're expressing interest all the way to when they become a customer, and then beyond, because they're a customer and now you're fulfilling on work and you've got another process that you're following. And then once you've fulfilled on work and you've done your final billing and the work is done and they're completely paid, then you're re-engaging them for maybe customer reviews or maybe referrals, or you're reselling them, upsell or a cross-sell, because it is much easier to sell to somebody who has already purchased from you. Like you've already broken the ice with them. They already know your value. Giving them access to more of your products or services is a no-brainer and a great way to increase customer lifetime value and increase your sales. So these are processes, they're repeating processes. We do it for every single person that comes in to our lives in our business. So using automation is helping us automate those processes so that we don't have to touch every single button and do every single thing. every step of the way. And that's where automation really shines. It's helping
Hey,
us.
Jack,
Yeah.
I have a couple questions and a couple people saying hi to you live. So I just wanted to hop in and give you that before you continue on. So
Sweet.
Orlando Outlaw and Brian White are saying hey to you. And then
Awesome.
Ritu Aurora thinks your jokes are really funny. So I just wanted to cheer you on there.
I
question
appreciate
I wanted
that.
to ask is what type of business or what type of business owner could really benefit from the use of Infusionsoft right now in their business? Just before you dive in any further here.
Got it. And that's actually, that's a really good question. So Infusionsoft, along with Keap and or Keap Pro and Keap Grow, Infusionsoft is meant for a service-based business. And when I mention service-based business, I'm talking about people that have to have conversations to close deals. There's like a couple different types of sales process, right? One is consultative, which means we're having conversations, and the other is transactional, which means I'm sending you to an order form or an e-commerce page or something. So our specialty is service-based businesses, which is why we have all of those tools. If I open that up again, all of the tools to track that process, right? If I'm sending people to an e-commerce page or an order form, I don't need to track my sales process. This is specifically for people who are having conversations to sell. So if that is you, and that's, gosh, there are so many service-based businesses like in insurance, realty, health and wellness, personal training, marketing consultation, business consultants, software as a service. I mean, gosh, the list just goes on and on and on. But the quick answer, and I guess we're way past the quick answer, is if you're having conversations to close a deal, then this product is for you.
Thanks, Jack. That was perfect. Thanks.
I'm really good at the long answer.
I know. I'm always good at the long answer too, but you summed it up with a quick answer at the end.
Perfect. Yeah, my summation. All right. So let's look at the campaign builder. I want to give you a really quick example of what this does. Now, this is a drag and drop builder to build automation. And under this area, my goals, these are the things that will trigger automation. Things like when somebody fills out a web form on your website, or when somebody fills out a landing page. Like if you've created a landing page for someone to sign up for an ebook or your event, like a webinar or a special article or a video. And we have these actually, this is a web form builder. So you can build a web form, put it on your website. Same thing with the landing page builder. This will give you code to put it on your website or have your web guy do it if you're having somebody manage your website. Or when I have a contact and I add a tag to them, I may want them to start a process. When I send somebody a series of emails and they click on the email or they open the email, or when they buy one of my products or services, or when they visit a certain page on my website, right? It goes on and on. Or I love this one, when they change stages in my sales process or my sales pipeline. So we can automate a sales pipeline. So when it moves from one stage to the other, like if I put them from working into quote sent, I can launch automation just by moving into, here we go. When I move a deal into, there it is, quote sent, it will kick off automation for me. So these are all my triggers. And then I follow a trigger with a sequence. And it should look pretty simple because I am just dragging and dropping. And that's exactly the point. We are one of the easiest automation tools on the market to use because it is all drag and drop and it's all drill down. So if I want to choose the tag that is going to launch automation, I just double click and then I get into either my list of tags, and I'll call this new lead, or I can create a tag if I don't have this already created. There we go. So whenever I apply the new lead tag to a contact record, I want some automation to happen. Like maybe I want my new lead follow-up sequence to kick off. So I'm going to double click that and we'll call this new lead follow up. All right. And when I double click it, I can set up my new lead follow up. Now, most of us, when we get new leads, we do one follow up. I know that sounds horrible. It's actually kind of tragic, but we're so busy with small business that we have the time to do one follow-up, maybe two. One salesperson out of 8 will do 3 follow-ups. Okay, so it doesn't happen very often. So what we want to do is we want to automate the follow-up and then have a contingency so the follow-up stops when they take action. And so I'm just going to lay these out here. There we go. And I'm going to do this really quickly. Here we go. So I can show you an example of an automated process. Okay, so this represents these emails being sent. Here we go. And I can configure them. I'm just doing some really quick copy and paste to make a really good email series. And there we go. There's email number 1 and email number 2 and email number 3 and so on. And if I want to configure this email, I just double click it and it opens up my email builder. And I've got a whole bunch of really great templates in here that I can start from. And I can create my own templates. There we go. And I'm just going to grab a template really quick. Any one of these. There we go. I'm going to grab that one. But I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time building the email. I'm going to jump out of it. But I have some calls to action in here because I want them to do something. I want them to click something. And when they click, I'm going to stop this process. And so I have it built on a contingency basis. If they click what I want in email number 1, then they don't get email number 2. But if they don't, then the timer is going to wait, in this case, for 2 days, and then out goes the next email, and so on. And this is built on a contingency plan. So if they interact with email 2, they won't get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if they don't interact with number 1, they get number 2. If they don't interact with number 2, they get number 3. Now, let me explain why this is so important. If you are only sending or only doing this follow-up, or maybe these follow-ups, you're missing out on a huge opportunity because in your estimation, you stop following up after 1 or 2 because you feel like, hey, they're not ready to buy. They're a cold or dead lead. Well, they are not dead. They're just not ready. They're interested, but they're just not ready. And so we have to have repetition to be in front of them when they are ready, when their interest does peak. And we use the automation to do that because we don't have time. When I did a webinar just a couple of days ago, and all these small business owners, I said, hey, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at follow-up? And the average was 4. They rated themselves a 4. It was all over the board, but most of it, when you average it all together, and that's most small businesses. They're not good at follow-up. You're not good at follow-up because you're working on the hot lead, and you should, because that's how you get paid. But you need a tool like this to work on all of the other leads so that you're in their inbox and you're top of mind when they're ready to purchase.
Hey, Jack,
And
just let you know we got about 3 more minutes before we're going to wrap up.
cool. Then I am just about done. So you can set up automation to run processes for new lead follow-up or your call process. So whenever you make call number 1 and you add a little note, call number 1, it launches automation and creates a task so you can make call number 2 the next day. And if you leave a message, you put this note on it, and then it creates your call task for the next day and sends another email, right? We can automate all of this stuff. Landing pages are great for special offers or lead magnets, that we call them, like that article or that white paper. Somebody fills that out, we run them through automation, we deliver it, and then we invite them to make an appointment. New customer survey. Like, there's so many of these processes that we can automate, things that we should be doing that we're not doing because we don't have enough time. The automation is going to save your bacon. It is going to save you an enormous amount of time and really make you a lot more money. You're going to close more deals, and your customers are going to feel loved and they're going to feel happy. And no longer will you have customers like, man, I hit them up and I never heard from them. That will be a thing of the past. Okay, so
We had one more question from Ritu come in from LinkedIn. And she says, will you also be covering optimizing email or landing page traction? might be a good topic for next month. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, landing page, there's just no better way. Well, maybe there's a better way, but landing pages and having a lead magnet is such a great way to drive traffic and to get people into your pipeline, expressing interest and then taking them from interest to purchase. It's a great topic. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go into it, but I'd love to, and I hope we'll get together and schedule a live where we do exactly that.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Because that's lovely. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for staying with me today, spending a little bit of time and having a bird's eye view of the Infusionsoft application and just a little glimpse of what it can do to help you manage your business, save time, make more money, and level up. All right. So the where is it? I had a link here too. Are we going to put up the link for live demo?
Yep. The link is in the comments.
Okay, perfect. So we have a link there, and I do if you want more information on Infusionsoft, follow that link. I do a live demo every Wednesday, and you can either watch a recorded demo or you can click and join me for a live demo. And as always, you can call the number and talk to a small business growth expert and have a personalized demo for you and your business. Talk to them about what you're trying to accomplish, other applications that you're trying to connect. Like, they can have a really great conversation with you, give you a one-on-one demo, and really help you figure out if this is the right tool for your growth strategy for 2020. And we'd love to be part of that and let us help you with that growth plan. All right, we're good.
Thanks, Jack. Great job.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Have a great week and stay safe. And we'll see you hopefully in person when we kickstart this economy again.